All right, you ever been to a theatre and actually seen the wonder in a child's eye at what could be their very first live stage performance? It's often an inspiration for many of them, hopefully, to go on and get involved in the arts. Well, that's what the National Children's Theatre is trying to make possible every day, aiming to take those to the various shows. They've never had the chance to experience it. It's quite something. Try and think back to your first time that you actually went to go and see a live theatre performance. Not even a big one, just a small one. Well, let's talk to the incoming CEO of the theatre. It's Vicky Friedman about why they're doing this and also why it's so important. Vicky with us on the show. Morning, Vicky.
Morning.
Good to have you on the show. So apart from being entertaining, I mean, it really is transformative for the youngsters as well. Not just theatre, but actually any kind of stage performance. I always think of the youngsters going to the ballet program, for example. Where did the idea come from?
Well, the National Children's Theatre has been going for 34 years, and we bring productions to children as audience members, and we engage in performing arts workshops where children can actually participate in drama, music and dance classes.
So when we're talking children and youngsters, what are the sort of ages we're looking at? Because I'm still a young child in my mind.
Yes, we've all got that inner child within us, so absolutely. But we teach children from age 4 even, but we take them from about age 6, but there are a few little ones in our program, and it's right up until 18 years old in our workshop program. And then of course our productions are for all ages. Sometimes there are edutainment pieces for foundation phase, primary school, and then we have the social impact plays and set works, which are often for the older learners in their high school years.
I mean, apart from being entertaining, I can't help but think the moment you mentioning formative years, I'm thinking ECD. There's got to be some kind of creative thinking and problem solving that's going into this. So entertaining and educational, but they almost don't know it, do they?
Absolutely. And sometimes, you know, for example, we've just had Noko Goes to School on at National Children's Theatre, and children just love and squeal and laugh and clap and sing along, but actually the messages behind it are kindness and anti-bullying, and so they're quite strong messages in the plays that we produce. They're educational and entertaining at the same time. We talk about edutainment.
And I think that's one of the keys in school these days as well, is trying to get, we were talking about an app from a bank earlier, going where the audience is, getting into the kids' hands. Yes. In this case, the edutainment. Yes. If it's boring, they're not going to be interested.
Yes, I think kids don't always connect with being lectured, and that's exactly the point. We need to access them, and how do we do that? Storytelling is such a powerful medium to do that, and we find that our social impact plays are extremely impactful. You know, the children get it. The young teenagers, they absolutely get it, because they're not being spoken down to, or, you know,
lectured at.
Yes, there is actually a story, and they can invest in those characters. They can see themselves or learn about some other kind of wants and needs in that character, and through that process of viewing that storytelling, they come to understand things at a much more visceral and deeper level.
Let's talk business for a moment, if we can. Incoming CEO as well, so the baton has been handed over to you. Leadership position is obviously where you are now. I get a sense then that through arts and through the theatre, apart from the edutainment as well, there could be sort of education on leadership as they start getting older as well. But you're still in a new position coming in. How do you try and fit that into the program?
Yes, so we kind of did a deep dive of what we really want to do, what do we need to do for South Africa, and what can we do? And we're sitting in such a beautiful position because we've got these tools, and when you teach children performing arts, you are giving them such incredible skills that they mostly don't get at school, often, you know, don't access anywhere.
And don't think about.
They don't think about. And actually these are the skills we need in our young people, because they are the ones that have to solve the problems of the future. They have to have that creative problem solving, the creative thinking of, you know, the confidence to stand up there and lead a team, the ability to have empathy, the ability to accept difference, which is so important right now, because how are we going to go into the future? These kids have got to have those softer social skills, that creative problem solving. And through the arts, through learning theatre, through drama, drama, through learning music. We're really, we're getting them firing on all cylinders.
What's the financial situation, not just of the theatre, but of arts in general? Because sadly, and I'm glad we're having a positive conversation about arts for a change, because every conversation I've had over the past few years, because of COVID, is the suffering arts industry. Artists losing their jobs, not getting paid, theatres closing down, productions coming to an end. Just give me the view of the space at the moment.
So I think that we're finding globally that arts hasn't come back completely since COVID. Some of it just is the economic circumstances of everybody, from government to business to individuals, and so they don't have that extra spending power. They don't have the disposable income to spend on going to a piece of entertainment, for example. I think globally everybody's struggling. I think we also have to get people back into the habit of going to a live event and not just being on their couch.
We've become homebodies, haven't we? It's a problem.
We really have. So it's about changing habits, but it is also, I think, a global picture, and all theatres are struggling. Live entertainment, I think, is struggling, definitely in South Africa, but definitely across the world as well.
And obviously that's going to have a knock-on effect. In this case, we're talking about the youngsters going and learning about theatre, but if the theatre scape is not being supported financially, those jobs are lost. You're losing experts, not just the talent, but you're losing the audio engineers, you're losing the technical teams, you're losing directors, producers, and I can go on. Absolutely. And it's a sad state of affairs, and which is where I want to end on this. Someone watching now, they want to maybe get at the school, a nursery school, whatever it might be, to come to the theatre or get hold of you, contact you. Yes. How do they start doing that? Where am I sending people?
Yes, so they're welcome to get onto our website and contact us, 011-484-1584.
Just give it to me again, that was very fast. 011?
484-1584.
Okay.
Onto our website, nctheatresa.org.